following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Insider's Edge podcast here on the WZWA Network. I'm your host with the most on the West Coast, Karlifornia Inferior. It's a joy to be with you all once again. And speaking of a joy, right here, right now, I get to speak to the human meat grinder. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the XPW King of the Deathmatch Champion, the one, the only SHLAK. How are you, bro?
Dude, it's the time is it there? It's like 11 p.m.
Yeah, it's 11 a.m. for me, so.
What time do you wake up?
Yeah, usually I get up about midday, so.
You like me?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I went to bed last night at about 3 a.m., so.
Sounds fun.
So SHLAK, great to have you on the show, bro. First question I always ask everybody on the show is, how did you become a fan of professional wrestling before you got involved in the business?
Well, let's see. I mean, where I'm from, dude, I'm from like South Jersey. I'm from Atlantic City, Philadelphia area. My relatives are from Philly, and ECW is huge here, man. ECW started here. CZW started here. You know, ROH started here. It's like the fucking hub for pretty much the current American hardcore. You know what I mean? Where it started, basically. I mean, obviously, hardcore wrestling started in like Memphis with like bunkhouse brawls and shit like that. But current modern fucking hardcore wrestling is ECW, right? Can we argue that?
I think you're right, bro. Right there behind me.
ECW arena, you know, fucking was literally 10 blocks from where I grew up as like a little kid. You know, I lived with my mother for a while when I was a kid, and she's living around the corner. So, you know, it's basically in the blood of this city. You know, I live in Philadelphia now. It's in the blood of the city. You can't escape it, dude. There's wrestling everywhere. You know, I mean, I'll be a fucking kid. I would wake up and watch Saturday morning WWF, and you know, but as a current fan, you know, it's because I live in Philly. You can't get around it. I mean, I've been in fucking bands that are completely dedicated to wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, I used to be in a band called Eat the Turnbuckle, and all the songs are about wrestling and shit like that. You know, it's all over the city.
Awesome, bro. So what are some of those fondest memories of going to the ECW arena and maybe seeing some of those early CZW shows?
I mean, that shit's amazing, man. You know, I've been to pretty much every Cage of Death except for the first one. I think the first and second one. I mean, almost all the Tournament of Deaths. You know, I mean, I'm like, you can see me in the crowd if you go back and watch old footage. I'm like, you know, the rabid asshole Philadelphia fan, crazy, throwing beers. I've literally been kicked out. I mean, it's like shameful now that I'm a fucking professional wrestler. But I'm like literally, I've been kicked out of the arena for like throwing bottles and chairs. I'm a total asshole. You know?
Awesome. So before you actually got into the wrestling business, you were a fan, you went to the shows and all that. Was there anything else that you did before getting into the wrestling business aside from, you know, being in bands and working as a tattoo artist?
I mean, just being a fan in general. You know, what else did I do? I mean, it's always been, you know, in the back of my head, man. I even like XPW. I remember I started apprenticing to tattoo when I was like 20, maybe 21. And I remember my boss, I was living in Atlantic City at the time, which is in New Jersey. I remember, you know, my boss going to like Best Buy. You have Best Buys down there? Where do you live, dude?
Perth, Western Australia. We don't have Best Buy, but I know what you mean.
I have a bunch of buddies who live in Melbourne. But anyway, they have like Best Buys. They're like glorified Walmarts for technology. You know what I mean? just like car radios and stereos and shit and VCRs and DVD players, Blu-rays, and they would sell DVDs. Well, back then, they would sell like XPW DVDs and ECW DVDs and shit like that. And my boss at the time would go and to Best Buy and clear out the fucking like oddball rack of all those like hardcore wrestling DVDs, and he would bring them to the shop, and we had a TV in the background, and he would play that shit on the TV while we were tattooing. You know, so it's like, you know, since day one, man, you know, it's always been in the back of my head, whether it's when I was a kid watching wrestling on TV, it's in the background watching it while I'm tattooing. I was in bands dedicated to fucking wrestling, you know, and now here we are. I had to put the icing on the cake, and I had to get professional training and, you know, finish the fucking game, more or less.
Excellent, Brian. I know the exact DVDs you're talking about, those ECW, XPW DVDs. We used to get them sold here as well. And sometimes you still find them here or there.
Yeah. Well, swap meets and fucking.
Yeah. So
the new XPW DVDs, and he's like, no one buys DVDs anymore. That's why there's no Extreme Associates, because they don't buy fucking DVDs or Blu-rays anymore. I'm like, dude, trust me, man. Wrestling fans are fucking hoarders, dude. They will buy Blu-rays and DVDs of the new XPW shit and the new XPW TV. Don't you agree?
I think so.
Even though people don't even probably have fucking DVD players anymore. I was just in a car the other day, and I didn't know that all the new cars don't have radios in there anymore. Everything is like or CD players. Everything is like Blu-ray and shit right into the brand new radios. That blew my mind. I was like, I have like 1,000 CDs of all like underground, you know, bands from going to shows and shit my whole life, like punker and death metal shows. And, you know, so I still listen to CDs all the fucking time. I can't believe that they don't have CD players in fucking cars now.
I get you, bro. My car's got a CD player, so I know what you're talking about. So as a fan of really heavy, brutal music, I also know you're a fan of GG Allin, and you got to see him perform. I've never spoke to someone who got to see him perform, so I needed to ask about what was it that drew you to him, and can you tell me any crazy stories of watching him perform?
I mean, what's not to like about GG Allin? He's the first deathmatch wrestler of all time. He's the where it came from, I guess. I don't know, dude. I'm connected to that side of like rock and roll. I was actually just talking to Merle. Like I'm good friends with Merle because I've had bands play with the Murder Junkies for years, like different bands over time, and they were just looking for a new guitar player to do this upcoming tour, and it's like a 2-month-long tour, something like that, month-long tour. And I was talking to him, and I was like, he wants me to learn a set and fucking do the tour. And I'm like, I got to take a month off of everything, like wrestling. But it would kind of be cool to have like a little feather in my cap to be like, yeah, I did a tour with the fucking Murder Junkies to, you know, just add to my shithole legacy, whatever you want to call it.
Man, I'd do it if I were you. I mean, fuck. I mean, how many people can say that they did that?
Especially because it's like the 30th anniversary or 20th, 25th, something like that, of GG dying or whatever. And they're going to do like mostly all like GG songs, because they've been doing just Murder Junkie songs over the years, and maybe like 1 or 2 during the set without GG. But they're going to do mostly primary G. So I'm like, oh, fuck, man. I really want to do it because of that. But it's like, man, you know, I have so much shit on my goddamn plate as it is. You know, I got my own bands. Like I'm in a band called the Crippler right now. I got to do that shit. You know, I'm a fucking tattooer. I got to at least show up to work a little bit. I know my boss for 30 years, so I just have the keys to the place. I'm in there right now. So I can pretty much do whatever I want and show up whenever I want. But I still have to at least come the fuck in a couple times a week. You know, wrestling obligations and shit like that. You know, it's tough. But I don't know, maybe we'll see.
Right, well, stay tuned then, bro. Do you have any like particular memories of GG Allin that you'd like to share?
I mean, growing up with that stuff, man, you know, I was showed that stuff at an early age. You know, I have older brothers, and a friend of my brother, or my friend's older brother, he was like music czar, whatever you want. You know, he would show us all this shit when we were like 14, 15 years old. He would be like, yo, check this shit. We're listening to like AC/DC. And, you know, he's like, dude, no, you want to see this. Here's the Mentors and fucking Anti-Scene and GG Allen. This guy throws shit around and stuff like that. We're like, oh, you know. So it's that stuff, you know, I hate to say it. It's like, it kind of developed my sense of humor. That's why I have such like a garbage sense of humor, I guess. I get turned on by seeing others get turned off, you know. It's always been in the background. I'm a huge like serial killer, like, you know, donkey, and I collect all kinds of stuff like that. I don't know, did you watch the new Dahmer thing?
Yes.
You like it?
Yeah, it's great.
It's better than Night Stalker one. Did you see the Night Stalker one, the Ramirez?
No.
That one was awesome. Check that one out. But anyway, and all that stuff I think kind of goes together, like GG Allen and fucking deathmatch wrestling and, you know, underground punker stuff and tattooing and, like I said, GG Allen stuff. So all that stuff kind of like, you know, this tape trader shit in the back of magazines when, you know, you would have lists of tapes and people would trade VHS tapes and stuff like that. So I think that's why I'm into all that stuff. And I think GG Allen was probably like the fucking gateway of me getting into all that stuff and discovering all the other stuff with it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, cool, bro. I want to ask you a little bit about your experience, you know, finally making the decision to get into the wrestling business. You know, how's your experience with the CZW Dojo, and you know, how quickly did you, you know, kind of, I guess, become comfortable becoming a professional wrestler?
The dojo, well, I got, for years, you know, I knew DJ and some of the wrestlers because of that band. Like I said, I hate fucking repeating myself, but the band Eat the Turnbuckle. And they already knew. I mean, I've been playing shows and being in bands where I'm like fucking cutting my head and throwing beer bottles and shit like that and acting like an asshole for years before that. So I was like a wet dream for CZW. They were like, oh, this guy is ready to fucking do death matches right now. You know what I mean? It was kind of at a time when death matches were, you know what I mean? Not really as popular as they are now, obviously. So, you know, I got like fast tracked into that shit. My first match had ladders and fucking tables and chairs. You know, that's like unheard of for wrestling, you know. But I was trained by this dude Preacher, Drew Gulak, Masada helped me out a little bit. You know, so I know all this whole arsenal of like submission moves and shit like that, but he was like, you don't even use those though, SHLAK. If someone goes to lock with you, just punch them and bite them. I'm like, okay, you know, but I've been like peppering it in now as my career goes along. I'm adding in shit like that. You know, but the CZW Dojo was awesome. It was a great place to fucking train. Had a wealth of knowledge from a bunch of wrestlers coming in and out all the time, you know, and it really helped. I mean, look who came out of that thing. It was like MJF. He's like fucking king shit at AEW now, isn't he? You know, yeah. Janela came out of there. A bunch of fucking people, dude. They're, you know, so kind of lucky.
Yeah, cool, bro. I want to ask you about what was it about Dan O'Hare that kind of clicked, you know, and what are your favorite memories of, you know, working with him in the Storm of Entrails?
All right, well, I know Dan. Dan is an audio engineer. Okay, Dan. He was in this band called Total Fucking Destruction. He's in a band called Brutal Truth. He was in a band, the like famous grime band Brutal Truth, and a couple other things. Well, he's an audio engineer, and he recorded an album or two or something before Eat the Turnbuckle for a couple other bands I was in. I think one was Bottomless Pit, And I know he recorded a Crack House album I was in. And well, anyway, he recorded an Eat the Turnbuckle album. And, you know, you shoot the shit with the fucking engineer while you're recording. And he's like, oh, dude, I just started, you know, I know you like wrestling, blah, blah, blah. Everything's about wrestling. He's like, I just started to train to wrestle. And it got me so, like, I wouldn't say furious, but I'm like, so jealous. I'm like, all right, I got to go too. He's like, you should. And he, you know, that was like, so Dan was actually like the catalyst to fucking push me to actually go and be a professional wrestler. So he's always been involved with Eat the Turnbuckle behind the scenes because of recording and stuff like that. And we both were training at the dojo at the same time at CZW. So Gulak put us together as a tag team. He's like, you guys are both fucking in death metal bands and play music. You're both friends. You're both hardcore wrestlers. Why don't you guys be a tag team? So that's the name Storm of Entrails came from Gulak. He's like, I want you guys to be a death metal band, but a tag team. And he's like, how about the name Storm of Entrails? At first I didn't like it, but now I'm like, I kind of really like that name actually. So thank Gulak for that.
Very cool. I wanted to confirm this with you. Was your first deathmatch tournament an actual tournament, the IWA Deep South Carnage Cup 11 in 2017?
Is that my first tournament? Was that before Tournament of Death? I know I did like 3 or 4 of those.
I think it was like a month before the Tournament of Death that I saw.
I think that was probably the first one.
Right,
Yeah.
Cool. I wanted to ask you this. The day of a deathmatch tournament, is there an atmosphere in the air that is different from the usual? What do you do to mentally and physically prepare for something like this?
Drink and other assorted unpleasantries. Yeah, of course there is, man, because it starts earlier in the day. So I'm getting up at an odder time. That means I should go to sleep earlier the night before, but that usually doesn't happen. You know, so you're working on less sleep. You're out there earlier in the morning. You know, you're bleeding earlier in the day, and you know you got fucking hell to pay, dude. You know, if you go more than 1 round, if you're going like 3 rounds, or some of those tournaments are fucking 4 matches. You know, you're beaten to ever living shit, dude. So you know your nerves are more, you know, racked than average. You know, when you're done one of those, especially if you go to the finals, you know, I'm like incapacitated for a few days after. I just sit in my bed and just stare at the fucking wall, dude. You know, but yeah, for sure, they definitely it's definitely a different atmosphere. You're on edge more, I think. You know, you want to out crazy all the other fucking lunatics, so you're more willing to do dumber shit. And you know what dumber shit gets you? More cuts and more injuries. You know.
Excellent, bro. So you've done the Carnage Cup, you've done Tournament of Death, you've done IWA's King of the Death Matches, the Tournament of Survival, Crimson Cup, Masters of Pain, and of course the XPW King of the Death Match tournament, where you are now the reigning champion. Who does it the best? Who puts on the best deathmatch tournament in your opinion?
Who puts on the best deathmatch tournament, in my opinion? I did the NGI. You left that out, Nick Cage Invitational.
Oh, did you? Okay, add that to the list.
A couple of those. I did, dude. I was in the beginning of all the GCW shit. I was in the, you know, the first 5 years of that, 4, whatever. Anyway, I also hold the record for most deathmatch tournaments in 1 year, and that's 8. I believe it's 8. But just, you know, brush my shoulder off there. That's how fucking stupid I am. Who puts on the best tournament? What do you mean by best tournament? The biggest, the most exciting, the easiest flowing?
Yeah, you know, like, I don't know, a whole bunch of factors, you know, like the best organized, but also, you know, you want a bit of the crowd.
In the winter time, because in the fucking middle of the summer, outside with the sun blazing on you, is the worst goddamn thing on earth. So any company that does it in the winter time is, I think, the best ran one.
Good answer. Good answer. How are you enjoying your time with XPW at the moment? I've seen every show since its return, and obviously you've been pretty much like one of the main stars that are being pushed for XPW at the moment. How are you enjoying your time?
I mean, I love it at XPW. Rob takes care of me, takes care of the boys. The fucking crowd is insane. It's like adds a level of danger. I mean, there are people throwing shit at you, the bottles. I was talking to Big Joe, and he's like, "I fucking love it, mate." You know, dude, it makes you feel like you're in like Memphis days, and you're battling through the crowd, and you know, which you actually really are. Not only are you fucking wrestling some fucking mongrel, you know, you're also kind of wrestling the crowd. It's awesome. It reminds me like old ECW and shit like that. You know, how it's like fever pitch and white knuckling through the whole thing. I love it. But XPW is great, man. You know, the fans are super warm, super welcome. I love what Rob is doing. I love XPW TV, which more people need to watch, which is free on Fight. They're uploaded now on YouTube. You can get them off of the XPW website, which is www.thexpwwrestling.com. If you watch all the episodes, you'll get the monthly wrestling shows even more. You get the more, you know, you get more jokes. The shit's funnier. The storyline is, you know, that's one thing about the indies, man. Not many people are really doing storylines, and that's a huge fucking part of wrestling. It gets you invested in it. You know, but XPW has multiple storylines coming from all fucking directions, plus real heat online with other companies and Rob, because he can't keep his fucking mouth shut. So you got real shit, you got written storylines, you got real beef with people. It's fucking awesome, dude. I love XPW. Plus you got, you know, the old XPW fucking original girls. You got the new ones. What's not to fucking love, dude? It's the only real, true, you know, alternative to fucking super squeaky clean PC fucking wrestling. It's the only true real alternative. Rob is the only one nowadays that has the fucking balls to do what he wants. Everyone else, you know, plays by Twitter and all that other horse shit. And I think there's a huge, massive group of people that don't really follow current wrestling because they think it's so fucking, you know, baby powdered up the ass. They think it's not edgy and it's not dangerous anymore. I mean, and those people don't follow current modern wrestling. They still like wrestling, you know, and that's like the beer drinking fucking, you know, super diehard people. So I think, you know, what XPW is currently doing, it's catering to those people. And I think that's gonna, and actually it does bring those people out, and hopefully more people get eyes on it, more people see, you know, XPW and what they're doing, and it's back, and it brings out all those old ECW fans, old XPW fans. What, you know, what's really ironic, I was talking about this the other day, is XPW and ECW were like warring at one time. Now I believe, which there is going to be a show in Philly, you know, I don't mean to, you know, blow kayfabe there, but Rob's going to do one at the arena in Philly. And I believe all those like old ECW fans are going to come out in droves, because even though XPW and ECW were at war, XPW now is like nostalgic, and the ECW fans that were war will want to come to see the XPW because it reminds them of ECW days and the early XPW days. It's like truly, you know, it's bizarre, but it's become like a nostalgic value thing. And hopefully they appreciate the new product. I think Rob is like holding it down. And obviously you can't have the entire original fucking roster. Most of those dudes are, you know, 60 years old or fucking dead. I mean, you know, I don't understand. I see people on fucking line like, why don't you get this guy? Why don't you get this guy? It's like, that guy's dead. The other guy's in a fucking wheelchair. The other guy can barely stand. The other dude is 65 years old. Well, I can go on for fucking hours about that, but XPW, like working there.
That's great, bro. I have to say, I feel like XPW is filling a void in pro wrestling right now. And for me, like I watch it, I'm like, finally something that's not insulting my intelligence, finally something that I can sink my teeth into. And it's like from go to woe, from the start of the show to the end, it's like unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen next. And you know, there's all these elements that are missing in wrestling that I get with XPW. You get sexy women. Like I want to look at sexy women. Who doesn't want to look at sexy women? I mean,
you have a dick, right?
I do.
Do you want to see sexy women? Well, I don't fucking understand it. How could a guy not want to see hot valets? There's even girls wrestling in XPW now. So not only do you see the hot, porn valets and all that stuff, there's girls in the ring too to satisfy your fucking, who are great workers in their own right. But I just don't understand how that could even be an issue. I don't get it, But XPW, like I said, the only true counterculture and true alternative left. I think it's great. I mean, it's a little rough around the edges. I think it's getting better every single show. Things are getting added. Give it a little more time. People are so fucking quick to fucking talk shit and be dickheads. And they probably don't even see the fucking product. They just bitch and moan and they follow like fucking lemmings and like to complain because of tribalism, because I like this promotion the best. Well, I like this promotion best. Yo, asshole. How about you sit in the fucking middle and enjoy all of it if you can? Why wouldn't you want more options instead of less options? That means more jobs for the boys, more jobs for the people in the locker room, more income, more fucking wrestling you have. I just don't quite understand it. But it's great.
The tribalism's weird, bro. It's like you can like more than one wrestling company. It's okay to have many options. You don't have to pick one and shun another. And you're right. XPW is, I've seen it from the first show to now. Every single show, they're slightly improving on this bit. And it's coming together beautifully. Anyway, I wanted to bring it on to now. Just what it's like being a deathmatch wrestler. How do you wind down from the adrenaline of a deathmatch? And do you ever get sick of ruining your bed sheets by bleeding through the night when you sleep?
It's funny. I was just in Japan, and boy, my bed was wrecked. I literally, there's like the sheet, and there's the fucking sheet that goes over the mattress. Then there's that little foam pad with the straps that go on the corners. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, the bullet went all the way through that. Luckily, it didn't go on the mattress. But I balled that shit up and threw it out. So hopefully, Brett didn't get fucking fined for that. But that's why you have black sheets at home, not the hotel white ones. I mean, that's foolish. Hotels were not designed for deathmatch wrestling, but black sheets at home. Yes, that is a nuisance, and my pillows get destroyed. I mean, dude, it's casualties of war. You know what I mean? It comes with the fucking territory. But what it's like being a deathmatch wrestler, it's peaks and valleys. You have a great match, you're on fucking cloud nine. You don't give a fuck. You have an okay match. You're your worst enemy, your own worst enemy. You critique yourself. I mean, it's very rough on the fucking body, obviously. I go back and I look at like Nick Mondo only wrestled for 4 years, and the wife beater only wrestled for 4 years. I'm on 8 years now, dude. I'm like, what were you guys complaining about? Everything I do is pretty much all death matches. It's not that I can't wrestle any other kind. I'm a completely competent wrestler. I just, I'm every fucking week. Those guys were once a month. I don't understand, but it's taxing, dude. I think the CTE kicks in a little bit. I've been hit in the head a few times, so you got to excuse me if I repeat myself.
It's okay, bro.
Really that good to fucking begin with before or prior to wrestling. A little too much.
So speaking of some, of the guys in the business, Soon you're going to be facing Drake Younger. You're also going to be wrestling Angel, which I'm very excited to see him come back after, back to XPW after all these years. So these are kind of some like dream death matches that we might not have seen before. I don't know if you worked with Drake before, but aside from these two, is there anyone else in the deathmatch scene that you haven't had the chance to work with that you'd really, think that you could draw some eyeballs?
Right before I answer that question, you see that's why XPW is awesome and why I like it, because neither of those matches would have happened anywhere else in any other company, because one, no one has the balls to use Drake. Number one, Rob don't give a fuck. Rob does not give a fuck. The guy didn't physically hurt anyone or rape and kill or some kind of fucked up thing, so what? The guy's being crucified for his opinion, welcome to 2022. But that shouldn't prevent him from wrestling. Yes, it should prevent him from getting fans. Yes, it should prevent him from, people not wanting to show up. But that doesn't mean he shouldn't be allowed to wrestle. And Rob understands that. That's why Rob is willing to roll the dice and book the guy, because there is a bunch of people that don't give a fuck what the guy does in his home life and just want to see the guy either A, get his ass fucking kicked in the ring, or B, they're just a big fan of that guy, and whatever Drake Younger chooses to run for office and promote, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, that and like Angel hasn't wrestled in 8 years. He wouldn't fucking come out and work for anyone else but Rob. So both of those matches are because of Rob and because of the way XPW is, So that's like a big selling point of why I like XPW, because Rob is not afraid. Look, he basically, the Necro Butcher is back, in the limelight because Rob had the fucking balls to be like, yes, we're going to use Necro, and how great is the fucking Necro Butcher? You know what I'm saying?
He's fucking awesome, bro.
People like to shit on Dylan because of his fucking political viewpoint. I personally fucking hate politics. But, if that's what Dylan wants to do, that's on him. But it shouldn't prevent him from fucking wrestling. I don't understand. But, like, we wouldn't have the fucking Necro Butcher again, which he's fucking killing it. I mean, when I wrestled him, like, 4 years ago, whatever, he was, like, on death's fucking door. And he kicked fucking liver cancer, and now he's fucking back. And that's because XPW had the balls to bring him back. Regardless. What was the question? I'm sorry.
No, that was great. I really liked what you had to say there, because I think everyone deserves the chance to make some money. No matter what their fucking issue is or whatever it is that they believe. I don't give a shit. I just want to see people wrestle and fucking hit each other with shit. That's all I care about.
You're not exempt from repercussions. You're not exempt from repercussions, and you're not exempt from fucking not being allowed to do things and shit like that. But you like you said, you shouldn't be able to get food taken off your fucking table. I don't know. Like I said, welcome to 2022.
Yeah, I saw someone respond to an XPW tweet promoting the match with you and Drake, and someone underneath made a comment about, he shouldn't be booked on the show or whatever. And my response to that person was, everybody deserves a chance to make a living. What do you want him to do? Sit in a dark room for the rest of his life? Like, he has to live his life.
Don't watch it if you don't like the guy.
Exactly.
I don't like that shows The View with the people on TV, like daytime television. And I probably don't like their opinions on things. So I don't watch it. I don't go online and send NBC or whatever the fuck network that show's on. You shouldn't allow these people to have a TV show because if my feelings are hurt, and the universe really gives a fuck about your opinion and your feelings. You know that, right?
But yeah, the other question actually I had was, is there someone that you haven't had the chance to work with in the deathmatch scene that you think you'd be able to draw some eyeballs with?
I was just in Japan. I finally got, it's been like 2.5 years. It was scheduled was supposed to wrestle Takeda in Japan or in the States, but he got hurt when he was wrestling in Japan. So I had to wrestle Danny Havoc, and I wrestled Danny Havoc's last match, which is better than wrestling Takeda. You know, I mean, Grant was my boy, Danny Havoc was my boy. So it's an honor to, you know, got the opportunity to do that. But it was supposed to be Takeda. That was like 2.5 years ago. Then COVID happened. So I just got to wrestle him in Japan on one-on-one. So it knocked him off the list. But I haven't had a one-on-one with Kasai, and he's fucking next. So Jun Kasai, you know, I mean, he's like deathmatch fucking god. And I'm here to dethrone deathmatch god.
Excellent, bro. Yeah, no, ever since I'd seen you in XPW, I've been thinking, when are they going to bring Jun in? When are they going to bring him in? I want to see that match in XPW. But even if it happens in Japan, either way, I'll be happy. So fantastic choice, my friend. So now you've gone to Japan. I believe, is it 3 times you've been to Japan now?
Yes, I believe so.
Cool. What are some of your favorite and maybe not so favorite times over there?
I was supposed to be there for like a few months, but then COVID hit and fucked it all up. So that was a bummer. I was gonna like live there in like an apartment and shit. But whatever. I mean, I just got to go again. I'm not complaining. Some of my favorite and some of my least. I mean, some of my favorite I really can't say publicly on a podcast. It might incriminate a few people that don't want to be incriminated. I personally don't give a fuck. But, you know, everyone has to pay their bills and everyone deserves the right to make fun. I don't know. One of the times we were there, there's a place. Have you ever been to Japan?
I have not, but I'm hoping to soon.
Shinjuku is this part of Tokyo where there's like hundreds of bars, and they're all small bars, like probably the size of the room you're in, and they're all right next to each other. And it's like they're all themed differently. Like there's actually a bar there called Deathmatch in Hell, and they're little tiny bars with about 5 stools and a little bar, and the bartender stands behind it. And you basically bar hop from little bar to little bar to little bar. And you drink a beer, go to the next one, and each one has a different theme. That Deathmatch in Hell has like horror movies playing and deathmatch wrestling, and there's all kinds of like, you know, shit all over the walls of like horror movie posters and old school death matches. And there's like the one down, like, you know, next door to it, it's like has post-it notes, you know, the yellow post notes, hundreds of thousands of them covering every single part of the room, the roof, the ceiling, the walls, and everyone from all over the world goes in there and they sign or draw something on it and they put it on the wall. And the one next to it looks like an old English Victorian room. And then the one next to it, you know, everything in there is made of wood. You know, so it's all these weird little rooms. It's Shinjuku. It's awesome. But we were in there one time, me and a couple of the boys, and me and Joey Janela had a shot drinking contest. And dude, I got drunk tattooed on my stomach. You're not beating me in a fucking shot drinking contest. And we were already drinking beforehand. We drank like 21 shots, somewhere up there. And Joey was kaput. I mean, he was like limp dead. I had the firemen's carry him about 3 city blocks to get into a cab. And by the time I got there, I was fucking bombed myself. I dropped him and he swan dive head right onto the fucking ground. We finally get him to the apartment. And he's like, my fucking head, you know, I'm denying everything. But Japan's great, dude. They treat you like a real fucking, you know, superstar.
Awesome, bro. I've heard that the beds are a little small over there, right?
I'm real small and very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Listen, I'm a humble man. I don't need, you know, the beds with the number count where it tells you how soft and hard they are, or a big water bed or whatever. I don't need any of that shit. You know, I'm an old punker, dude. I'll sleep in the fucking street. I don't know about me. I've been in places there where they had just these thin mats You know what I mean? That you lay on the floor. And man, you know, I'm shaped oddly. I have like real wide shoulders, you know, so my head, you know, I need like 2 pillows to meet the corner of my thing, and it fucking destroys my hips, and I'm like tossing and turning. And I just said to me, I got more damage done to my body on this last Japanese tour from the bed I slept in than the actual death matches I wrestled.
Excellent, bro. I want to ask you, do you have any stories of working for a shitty promoter that didn't pay you properly or didn't follow through on a certain promises? Is there any stories you can share?
Actually, I've never had a problem with pay ever. Even Ian Rotten has paid me all the time and always been solid. I mean, you know, I'm not the toughest guy on planet Earth, but you ain't not fucking paying me, dude. I'm gonna fucking choke the life out of you. That's just not happening after I just fucking killed myself in that goddamn ring for you. So, but yeah, I've never really had an issue with anyone, no pay.
Okay, excellent to hear.
Literally just go in their pockets and take the fucking money or the popcorn stand or whatever the fuck. It's on Ian Rotten for not paying. I've heard many stories about that, but always took care of me, you know, so can't really trash the guy.
Yeah, fair enough. A question I usually ask every single deathmatch guy or gal on the show is, who is a pro wrestler that some may be surprised that you're a fan of the work of?
Pro wrestler, I'm a fan. I mean, I like all kinds of wrestling, dude. You know, I know I choose to represent myself with deathmatch wrestling. Also, I like all kinds of music. Believe it or not, I play like 4 instruments, dude. I play the drums, bass, guitar, you know. So I like a weird, eclectic thing of music and a weird, you know, eclectic, you know, ensemble of wrestling, because I'm looking at it as musicianship. Like, wow, that guy's really awesome playing his guitar. That guy's really awesome in the ring with his technical prowess. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it at a different viewpoint. But I choose to represent myself with blood and guts and gore and blast beats and loud guttural screaming. You know what I mean? That's what I choose to represent myself. Doesn't mean I don't like other shit. You know, but who would be a wrestler that, let's see, who do I like? You ever hear people chant SHLAK Saber Jr. when I do? I'll do some kind of like weird, like, you know, like a mousetrap pin or something, and the crowd's like, whoa! He's not just a fucking completely dumb Cro-Mag idiot. He can actually do stuff. So they all flip out. But if they start chanting SHLAK Saber Jr.
I've never heard that. That's fantastic. Another question I had is, obviously 20 years ago, people just shat on deathmatch wrestling, said it was garbage, and it was a very, you know, small kind of portion of hardcore fans that you know, in that Philly area that liked it, and obviously people who'd seen it in Japan and all that as well. But now 20 years later, it seems like it's become the popular thing, and you have people like a David Arquette, Matt Cardona, even Buff Bagwell earlier this year was talking about maybe he should do a death match. As somebody that this is what you do, and this is what a whole bunch of your friends have and co-workers have done for years, and went through all the time period where everyone said it was shit, and now everyone apparently loves it, and it's all these other guys are starting to do it. How does that make you feel?
Let's see. It's like without sounding like an asshole. You know, you want to be the kid, you know, you're like, hey, check out this band. And you'd be like, oh, I don't want you to have the CD. It's my band. I heard it first. It rules, right? Listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're a kid or whatever. But you know, it's everybody's. Music is for everybody. Wrestling is for everybody. Everything is for everybody. Once it's in a public space, obviously. But you know, I just chuckle. You know, sometimes when like David Arquette, you know, I chuckle because they're doing it you know, I mean, maybe they are sincere and want to do it because they really truly like deathmatch. Which maybe they do. They probably do, you know, or at least they appreciate it and show that it has value. You know what I mean? Because there's people that are just cut and dry, like deathmatch wrestling is garbage, hack wrestling, blah blah. But you know what's funny is it basically carried independent wrestling over the COVID period, and regular wrestling was in the complete fucking shitter to the point of where it got Nick Gage on fucking AEW Wrestling Jericho on national television. You know what I'm saying? You look at it two ways. In one hand, you know, that stuff and Gigi Allen and tattooing, maybe that stuff is meant to be underground, because when it's not underground, the government gets its fucking dirty claws into it and it gets regulated. And when it gets regulated, it gets softer, and it gets a whole bunch of rules placed on it, and you can't be as dangerous or as explicitive or, you know, whatever as you would like, you know, because you got Big Brother fucking with an eye on you, telling you what to do, what you can't do, you know. So maybe it's not good that David Arquette does a fucking death match or it goes on TV. But on the flip side, it gets more eyes on the product, more people see it. You know, what are you doing? You just want to stay down here, or do you want to expand and grow? I mean, ultimately, wrestling is a fucking business. What are you supposed to do when you have a business? Make money. What are you doing? You know, that's the whole point of the goddamn shit, is to make fucking money. You know, I'm glad that there's guys out there that are like, I do this just for the sport and for the thing. Yeah, well, guess what? I got fucking bills to pay, asshole. And as much as I enjoy wrestling and killing myself, you know, I also need fucking lights and food in my stomach. So I do it for money. So let's not be a fucking jerk off here about the entire thing. But you know, so, but I guess, you know, a lot of people do it though because it's the popular thing, you know, and they want to be like, hey, I'm a tough guy too. I want to prove that I can do this, you know. So I guess, you know what, and I guess if you got the ball sack to step in there and do a death match, I awesome. I salute you and pat you on the fucking back. I just don't like when someone does 2 or 3 death matches and they're like, oh, they're a death match wrestler now. Anyone can do a fucking death match. Anyone can get in the ring and beat themselves into oblivion and get their head fucking beat in and beat the other guy's head in. Anyone can do one of them. What makes a deathmatch wrestler is the guy that does it multiple times a week for years on end. That's what makes a real deathmatch wrestler. That's the fucking spirit, dude. That's deathmatch spirit. Anyone could do one. Anyone could do 2 or 3, a handful of them. But it's, do you have the fucking 50% balls, 50%, you know, fucking lack of brains to get in the fucking ring and constantly do this shit over and over, knowing the end result is the same exact fucking thing? What happens when you do the same thing over and over and over and expect a different result? What's that called? It's insanity. You know, it's insanity. And I'm tripping,
No, that was a fantastic answer, bro. I thought that was a really smart answer, what you said then. You know, if it gets too popular, then maybe it'll start getting the wrong kind of attention, and we don't want that. That's for sure. We don't want our fun ruined. Another question I had, we're getting very close to the end of the interview here, SHLAK. One question I wanted to ask you, you're a heavily tattooed man. You're a very big man. What are the biggest misconceptions of you?
People think I'm a complete moron. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a little rough around the edges. You know, I'm definitely very caveman-like, but I'm not. You know, remember Saturday Night Live? You remember Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer?
Yeah.
It was like a skit with the, you know. I kind of feel like that guy, sadly enough. Now, I don't know. I'm not a fucking moron. People misconstrue me being, you know, raw beer drink. Yes, I'm that too, but you know, I'm a, you know, diverse individual. You know, I'm a fucking Renaissance man. God damn it. Honestly, though, I could care less. If you think I'm a fucking complete moron, which, you know, to do what I do, I think you got to be a little dumb. You know, but I'm not as dumb as I smell.
That's a fantastic quote, bro. The next question I want to ask, your band, the Crippler. I dig the song "Suicide by Cop." I was into that. Please tell me a little bit about the band and where that's headed right now.
We have an album we actually been sitting on for a year. That's in the middle of getting pressed. We made it over COVID. It's in the middle of getting pressed. Should be out. 13 songs. I released a couple of videos of them. So far, we did. I'm just gonna let myself right in. Suicide by Cop got released. What else was there? Human Awfuls. Couple tracks, but that band it's Dan O'Hare. It's my first band I've ever been in with Dan. We're like, why don't we fucking finally do a band? Because I've known him forever and he's my goddamn tag team partner and whatever. So we started this band over COVID. Dan O'Hare, who's in Brutal Truth and Total Fucking Destruction. Jason Goldberg, Jag, his nickname. He was the singer of Baylock 13. Mike Hook, the bass player. He was in Eat the Turnbuckle with me. And the drummer, Evan Madden, he was in the band Crack House with me. So it's like, all dudes I've known forever. They're all premier musicians, and I don't see how people are in bands with people they don't really hang out with. I've been lucky enough to play in bands with like my boys. Like if I'm like, hey, what are you doing? It's Sunday. When we come over, drink a couple beers, I'm in bands with all those dudes. That's how, that's the only way to be in a fucking band as far as I'm concerned. Your boys, you're like a small gang and you travel around and wreak havoc. But we got a show at Mortician coming up, which is probably going to be the record release in December 2nd, I believe, in North Jersey. We're going to start doing a bunch of shows out, probably a small tour at the beginning of, or late end of winter. And we're going to do Obscene Extreme in the Czech Republic this year. We just kind of got confirmed for that. It's like, I got so much shit going on. I weave everything. I try and keep all my buddies that I do things with happy, and wrestling. What, you haven't been fucking, where you been? I haven't seen you in a while. I'm like, oh, don't worry. I got some dates. My boys I play music with, dude, we need to play a couple shows. So it's like I'm constantly getting juggled to fuck around all over the place nonstop. But shit's coming out. It's coming, slow doses. I'm a busy fucking man.
Very cool, bro. It's always good to be busy. And I agree with you. I had a band. We broke up. But man, all I ever wanted was a band where we're all we're a gang. We go out, we drink together. No, none of them wanted to ever do anything. They play the set and then they go home. It was so annoying. I was always the only one there at the gig after they left, networking and doing all the shit you're supposed to do. Oh,
it's all about, brother. I mean, dude, don't get me wrong. It took me years. I've been playing music since I was 16 years old, man. So years of bands like that. And then, I picked one guy from this band, one guy from this band. We keep playing music together, and fortunately the last several bands I've been in have been all like my fucking boys. And there's nothing funner than that.
That's awesome, bro. Something I read through my research, you had said, this is a quote, I just made an appointment to get the other side of my head and face to get tattooed. Fuck everything. You getting the other side of your face tattooed. What's the plan, bro?
All right. I don't want to give it away, but I have like this side of my neck. I'm very heavily covered. I have like "Eat My Fuck" tattooed right here. I have this side of my neck over here, and what I'm getting is a guillotine going up the side of my head, and there's going to be like barbed wire wrapped around the pillars, and the barbed wire is going to come around and go through my face like this, wrapped around my head, and maybe to my mouth.
I dig it, bro. Very cool. One more question before I get to my final segment here, SHLAK. What else do you hope to achieve in pro wrestling?
I never got to do a Cage of Death. I'm very I was supposed right before COVID, before CZW completely collapsed, it was getting mapped out. I actually got Alex Colon to fucking agree. He's like, I'll never do CZW again. But because Alex is my boy, I'm like, I got him to agree to a couple shows to build up to Cage of Death. And it was supposed to be me versus Alex Colon in the Cage of Death. But then COVID happened and it killed it. And CZW basically disappeared. But hopefully now CZW is kind of, the Tournament of Death is this year. They're doing another one. And maybe hopefully I can actually get that fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be right now as we speak. I was supposed to be in fucking Australia on the tour with ICW, but I got fucked up the ass on that one because of Danny, can't play nice with fucking Rob, even though Rob was willing for me to get to LA to fly me, and so ICW wouldn't lose money because I'm exclusive to ICW or XPW in LA, and Danny doesn't like that. So he wanted me to wrestle the show before Australia, and Rob's like, dude, you have an agreement with me, which I honor my agreements. But fucking Danny was like, dude, I'm not going to, I'm gonna have to pull you off all the shows and the Australian tour because the money to make the flight is for you wrestling in LA and you can't wrestle LA. Plus you're working with Rob. Maybe when you stop working with XPW, then you can come back, blah, blah. So I'm like, dude, whatever. Even Rob paid to fly me to LA. So ICW didn't lose money. And so I did not get to go to Australia, but Danny decided to stomp his feet, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I talked to Joel from Deathmatch Down Under, and he's like, I'll bring you out after this tour, blah, blah, blah. So I'll be getting there anyway. But that's one place. It's been extremely elusive to me. I'm very humbled, and I've been all over the planet pretty much. South America, up to North Canada, Montreal, Quebec, all over the United States, all over Europe, Eastern and the West Coast of Europe, Japan, a couple Asian countries. I never got to be in Australia. I always wanted to go to Australia because every person I've ever met from Australia, including yourself now, has a great sense of humor. They don't give a fuck. They're all beer drinkers. Everyone is fucking fun from Australia. I love the music. I love the death metal and the grind and shit from Australia. I feel like it's a rad country. And it's always been elusive. I've never been able to get there to tattoo over there. I never been able to play music over there. And wrestling finally got me there. And I got my balls cut off before I got over there, which is ironic because I actually got Joel in contact with ICW to form that whole business relationship to make it happen to where they booked this tour. And I'm the one that got fucked. But that's a whole nother fucking thing. It's a whole nother fucking.
That's great, bro. But yeah, hopefully you do make it down under at some point. And if you're going to be working in Melbourne, I will fly over. I will fly over to see you perform, and sink some beers. Okay, SHLAK, getting to the final segment here of the show before we plug everything that is going on right now. This segment is just to find out about your favorite things, SHLAK. First three are about wrestling, though. Who is your favorite professional wrestler of all time?
I have to narrow it down to one. I mean, I'm a big Benoit fan. I mean, not because of, I always thought Benoit was awesome. I mean, for Christ's sake, his nickname is the Rabid Wolverine and the Crippler. I mean, how could you not like that? Plus, he was a machine in the ring, dude. Big fan of him. Dude, Sabu was fucking awesome, hyper innovative. I was really a big fan of the Missing Link. You remember the Missing Link? Green. I liked him. But if I got to choose one, dude, I would say Bam Bam Bigelow.
Nice choice.
From New Jersey. He's like the first dude I could really remember that had like visible tattoos on his head in anywhere, not just wrestling, just in pop culture, period. You know what I mean? And he was a big bad motherfucker. He's
That's a
from New
great
Jersey.
choice. That's
New
it. When
Jersey.
you think of a new wrestler from New Jersey, first person usually I think of is Bam Bam Bigelow. SHLAK, do you have a favorite opponent? Someone that it's just the favorite person to work with?
Favorite person to work with. I really liked wrestling my old tag team partner, Marcus Crane. Me and Marcus, we really, and he would always say we were like Batman and Robin, or a Batman and the Joker. And he's like, I'm like the Joker, and you're like Batman. He just beat me up. I'm like, I don't want to be Batman. I want to be the Joker too. But I get your fucking analogy. But me and him would fucking kill each other, dude. Every time we got in the ring, I don't know if you watched old Hal Days GCW stuff. Go back and watch some of that stuff with me versus Marcus Crane. We had a series of like 4 matches. And I've been told, nice feather in my cap, that the first time I wrestled Marcus was the first time in the United States that brought the current Japanese style of deathmatch wrestling to the United States. Like, we used like razor boards and crazy shit like that. I've been told that match by promoters that was the match that ushered in that level of violence to what you see nowadays here. So that's pretty cool, pretty fucking humbling thing to hear from multiple people. But Marcus was one of them. But currently, I would say Eric Ryan. Eric is very moronic like I am, and he doesn't like to be out crazy. And no matter how beat up Eric is from wrestling, he still is willing to be completely nuts and go 100% the extra mile every single time. So I'd probably say Eric.
Very nice. Do you have a favorite? I know this is a hard one, but do you have a favorite match that you've performed in? The number one, if someone asks you, what's the match I should watch of yours? What's the one that you would suggest?
Yeah, it depends on what. Let's see. A lot of people are saying that Takeda one was fucking really good. Actually, that last one. I like me versus Murdoch. That's another guy I really like wrestling. Murdoch me and him click really well. I wrestled Murdoch in it's like the second ICW show ever. At the drive-in, I think it was called. I like that match a lot. That Takeda match, I didn't really get to see it yet and watch it, but felt good. I like that match versus Cruel I had in Tennessee recently. That guy's fun to wrestle. I'm trying to rack my brain, dude. I don't.
It's all right.
Those are good. I don't know, man. I get hit in the head 10 times a week, bro.
I know, bro. Those are some good answers there, bro. Only a few more to go here. SHLAK, do you have a favorite book?
Do I have a favorite book? Moby Dick. Because I have an Ahab tattoo. I really relate to Ahab because basically the whole point of the book of Moby Dick is find something you love and let it kill you. Right? That's basically the undertones of the whole book. Ahab loses his leg on a fishing trip to the white whale that escapes, and he gets so possessed of this fucking whale. He gets so possessed by this whale that he jeopardizes his family at home against their word to go out and hunt this whale. He lies to his crew and tells them he's going out just on a trip, a boating trip, and that he's not hunting this fucking white whale, so they don't think he's nuts. And he goes out there. His crew dies, with the exception of 1 or 2 dudes. He loses his family. He goes out there and he fucking dies because he's so possessed of killing this white whale. And I feel like that's like a good parallel to my life. I feel like I engorge myself with things so much that everything else falls apart around me because I'm so goddamn possessed with this must happen, self-destruction. And then finally at the end of Moby Dick, Ahab goes to spear him and he gets caught up on the whale, and the final moments of the story, he's strapped to the whale and the whale takes him away. So now he's a part of what, you know, he tried to kill him. He, you know, Moby Dick.
Very cool, bro. Very cool. Do you have a favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? I currently don't have a TV. I just moved 6 months ago, about a year ago, and I made a decision to not get a TV because TV saps the life out of me, dude. I'm like a fucking junkie with it. You know, so I made a decision, but now all I do is just sit on my goddamn phone. So I don't even, and I have like 1,000 DVDs that I don't use now because of it. But before that, dude, that Peacemaker show was awesome. Did you see that with John Cena? I thought that was really good. What else was I fucking watching? Ozarks. Did you see that?
Oh, awesome, bro. Yeah.
I like that show a whole lot. I'm trying. I can't even remember. Like I said, I'm usually like a horror movie guy. I mean, I watch anything honestly, but I'm a big horror movie guy. I like movies that twist your fucking brain into 1,000 pieces. Like, you ever see that movie Pie?
No.
His brain out with the fucking drill. Trepidation. When your brain, you get headaches and your brain swells, and they drill a hole in their skull to relieve the pressure.
Yeah.
So your brain doesn't collide with the fucking inside of your, you know. It's a movie called Pie, but I like movies like that, like odd, weird, fucking David Lynch type shit, like Eraserhead, like that kind of stuff. More of a movie guy, but I like really dumb shit too, like Peacemaker.
Now, do you have a favorite horror film?
Dude, did you see the new Hellraiser? I'm fucking dying to see it, but I don't have fucking TV. I love Hellraiser. It's a great series. I mean, they got shitty later on. But a favorite horror movie? Dude, I'm like a horror movie junkie, dude. I've seen everything. Everything. I really like warped movies, like Serbian film. You ever see that movie?
No.
That's a really fucked up movie. Like, there's a lot of French movies like Irreversible and Martyrs. Like I said, dude, I'm really deep in the rabbit hole with horror movies. But if I had to choose one of my, it's got to be The Shining, dude. Anything where the husband flips out and murders his whole family is usually my interest for some reason.
Excellent, bro.
It's
I know this next one will be difficult for you. Favorite musical artist or band? Oh no.
Musical artist or band? My favorite guitar player of all time? Probably Angus Young or Randy Rhoads. I mean, that's like all time, you know. Obviously, there's a lot of current and modern like death metal guys, but the roots of me playing music is like Randy Rhoads and Angus Young. Favorite band of all time? Fuck. It's like, you know, I like Chuck Berry a whole lot. That's a guy that really got me into playing guitar. He's a big influence. Favorite, like, dude, I listen to a lot of like bluegrass and outlaw country and like 80s funk kind of like 80s R&B funk kind of, you know, like I have a weird spectrum, dude. I listen to like fucking orchestras, dude. Play like 50-piece orchestras. It all depends on what, you know, what I'm in the mood for. A favorite band. You know what? I'll give you this. If someone asked me this, where they said, dude, if you could join any band that ever existed in time, in history, what band would you join? I would join Rick James's band in the 80s. Because that's probably the funnest goddamn band to be in of all time. he spent $8,000 a week on drugs in the 80s, apparently. So I'm fucking ride. But favorite band? I don't know, man. Fucking Slayer, dude. Come on.
Okay, cool. We're getting away from the arts now. Maybe the next few questions will be easier. Do you have a favorite food?
Favorite food? Ribeye, dude. Red meat.
Excellent. Do you have a favorite place to eat on the road?
Favorite place to eat on the road? Favorite place to eat on the road? Are we talking fast food or are we talking like elegant restaurants?
Talk to anything.
There's this restaurant in Las Vegas called Cleaver. It's a steakhouse. They have like $300 steaks. I was taking that place a couple times. I'm obviously not springing for no $300 steak, but that's a good place. I mean, I'll spend good money on food. I'm fairly frugal when it comes to the rest of my life. I wear my shoes and my pants till there's holes in them. And then my regular everyday pants become my deathmatch wrestling pants. Knock the fucking legs off of them. Very frugal, but when it comes to food, I'll fucking spend a good amount of money because it's going in my body. You know, but favorite place to eat? I cook all the time myself, bro. I cook 6 times a day. You know that?
Yep.
It's tormenting. But,
that's cool. We can leave the answer as cleavers. We got 3 to go here, SHLAK. 3 to go. Favorite alcoholic beverage?
Budweiser, dude. I'm wearing the fucking shirt, dude. It's beers, bro. It says it on the beer.
Very nice. Second last one here, SHLAK. Favorite female body part? SHLAK sees a good looking lady. Where will SHLAK's eyes go to first?
I'm an ass man, dude. I'm an ass man. Hips
Very
and ass.
good. Excellent, bro. Don Morocco is also an ass man, just letting you know. That was his answer as well.
You don't make love to the tits and the face. I mean, you can. But make love to the ass, brother.
Excellent, bro. And the last one here, SHLAK, favorite curse word?
Favorite curse word? Oh. Cocksucker.
Excellent answer, bro. SHLAK, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be on the Insider's Edge podcast here with me. You know, and I think maybe one day you should have your own podcast and call it No Pod, Only SHLAK. I just wanted to throw that lame joke in there. But, bro, really appreciate your time.
Rob, dude, thanks for having me on, bro.
And thank all of you out there for checking out the Insider's Edge podcast here. My exclusive interview here with SHLAK. Everything going on in his life will be in the description on YouTube. So thank you all for checking it out, and we will see you down the road. Thank you.